All right, so making a little video here to showcase some tools I'm working on. So I made this pillar kit, if you will. It consists of 3 top spaces like this, these 3 right here, and the mid meshes for the pillar, and the 2 bases. So it's yet to be expanded on, but I just wanted to get it out and experiment with it. And yes, my normals are a little crazy going right now. I got to rebake them, but it's a work in progress. So with that, I made a blueprint called the Pillar Master. So basically, I called it a master because so we can duplicate it and then just reconfigure other elements with it in the later. So it'll be like the parent to any future blueprints, children that it has. But anyway, so just like what I showed you guys last week with the layered material, I wanted to go ahead and make it so we can do some quick color iterations in there and see what works. It's working on a system that kind of blends multiple colors together. There's a sort of an accent color that's being projected from the top of the mesh downwards, and then the primary or like base color here. And so you can manipulate both of those through this. You can make it whether random or setting variations accordingly. Also in the Pillar Master blueprint, you can change variations pretty easily like this. And there's not too many variations right now, but you get the gist. And you can like check if it has a crystal or not. Alright, so with that, I wanted to expand on that and think about modularity in making a room. So when we're going to make a room, we definitely want a tone to be there, a color palette of sorts. You know, rooms that have enemies in them, maybe they're red or more darker or something like that, or rooms that have big vertical space, maybe like sort of bluer in hue or something lighter in hue, something like that. So, and basically this is all just for like iteration and concepting. This is by no means final in any means, but just to get things going and playing around with some color palettes and whatnot. So as you can see down here, I've got a bunch of pillars, right? All different colors, all different things going on. And up here are just some static meshes I blew up. So these are a part of the kit. So I made this, I made another blueprint called the Color Master. And basically this bounds is to encapsulate a room you want to color concept. As you can see, I kind of just brought it over all these pillars, and I changed it to some settings I have here. Now the thing is, it works dualistically with pretty much any static mesh, and that has this layered material. And I also made it work specifically with the Pillar Master, so you can get some finer resolution. Now, that's the thing. It's going to be really easy just to take that. If we make children of this Pillar Master, if we're going to do like a doorway or something, or whatever, some sort of multi-configurable asset, we can really quickly add it into like this Color Master and just make it work accordingly. So anyway, here you can set some color overrides for, as you can see, they're all changing. So this is changing the primary color. Let's see, we'll go red. And then if you want to do the accent color, you can change that, like so. Now, the thing is that the way the layered material is set up, it's working as it is with an accent and a primary. So, however, there are primary, secondary, and tertiary colors within the layered material corresponding to the RGB channels. So you can, in the Pillar Master, you can invert the color change like so, and then you get this tertiary color that you can then go back in the Color Master and go to the tertiary override and start changing that. And as you can see, you kind of get a different look there. Now that, when you do the color override, it kind of inverts. Instead of doing with these orange pillars, which are pretty much a 1 primary, 2 accents, you get a 2 primary, 3 accent. Okay, if that makes any sense. So this purple is the accent, the blue is the same blue as the other pillars, but now it's a base color, if that makes any sense. Okay. And so we can kind of change that. If you can see it, maybe see it in better in motion like that. All right. Another thing you can do with the Color Master is change the crystals, the crystal colors specifically of the pillars. And this is just, I mean, it's just we're doing it with pillars now, but you can, ideally, we're gonna have, if you want to set up a bunch of crystal clusters in your level, you can do it and micromanage the heck out of it. So you can set the color accent for the crystals, etc., and the tertiary as well. Okay, and it's also, like I said, it also works for static meshes. So if you go up here, you can see that these static meshes, they have their own category here. So we can change all that here. Let's see. Again, with the secondary. Oh, sorry. This is a little different than the Pillar Master. Okay, so the thing with this is that this is gonna be referencing the layered material. Only it's only gonna do a slight override with it. What you gotta do if you want to get somewhat of a primary, secondary, tertiary color palette ratio in your level or in your room or whatever, you gotta designate certain meshes to be those tags, to have those tags. So if we get on here, you can see this mesh that I have selected has the tag P, which it just stands for primary. We'll give this one the tag S for secondary, and then this one the tag T for tertiary, right? And so if we go back to the Color Master here in the static meshes, this is going to be the primary override. So this is for the secondary. And you notice how the only the one that I designated as the secondary is now being changed, and then the third one, this one is the tertiary. So if you can set up your level to have, I want the walls to be primary, I want the floors to be primary, I want the ceilings to be secondary, I want wall sconces to be tertiary, etc. So you can set it up kind of conceptually in sort of color palette that works for you. All right, so with the kit, I managed to put together, this is the kit as it is, the Pillar Kit. Put together some little mock-ups of like structures. I'm big into reuse and repurposing assets. So kind of playing with some different configurations. Now all of these meshes are snappable. So if you go into your, I believe it's project settings, or actually it's preferences, and you go to viewports, you go to grid snapping here, you can use the power of 2 snap size. You want to enable that. And basically, right now I have mine set on 32, which is for just most of the meshes are either 64 or 128, but I have mine on 32 just for shits and giggles. So it doesn't really matter. They'll snap together. It's just a matter of how finely you want them to move. You know? Okay. And so yeah, just playing with some concepts here. Like, okay, so I tried to make all of these in some way serve multiple functions. Like the bases, they can be used as floors, they can be used as filler in the midsection, they can be used as like some sort of like top accent or something like that. Yes, my normals here are all fucked up. I gotta rebake my normals. But yeah, so it's pretty much what's going on. I'll just kind of explore some shapes here. Right here, I'm making use of the Spline Master tool I showcased last week to kind of give some quick depth to this. If it wasn't like that, you see there's a big chunk. So really quickly, just kind of add in some depth there to the back of this shrine or whatever it is. Yeah, just had some fun, using these meshes in different ways that kind of gave sort of an authentic look to the repetition of shape and silhouette. As you can see, these, honestly, like now that I'm looking at this, these kind of resemble shapes that you might see in some insectoids. Some scale-like carapace kind of things going on here. You got some bony, weird, chitin-like shapes. So yeah, these are all just one mesh, just scaled, rotated, and you can see they give some pretty interesting effects to how we could use them in a level, how we'd use them for different decorative pieces. This is essentially just one of the top pieces, that the same one over there, just inversed. Yeah. So, and then again, just want to kind of showcase that for the Spline Master, you can use this stuff pretty easily with any of the meshes that you've got here. Let's see, yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Turn on some of these. So these right here in the middle are pieces. Okay, that's another one I just duplicated, kind of like this is sort of a mock, pathway. These here in the middle are just pieces. I think it's a mid piece from the pillar, and they've just been referenced by the Spline Master. But instead of doing here's the Spline Master. If you go to, it doesn't matter if you have rotate on, random rotation and scale on, but you want to check this based on tangents, and then you can get some really interesting kind of morphed shapes with it. And it only uses a single mesh opposed to the multi-meshes that these do. But you can get some really kind of like weird organic looking stuff from that. So yeah, this literally took me like 10 minutes to kind of throw all of these different shapes together. So I can only imagine, hopefully this is going to be a good tool for us when we get to level building. Let's see, one other thing I wanted to kind of show you, I think. Yeah, these look pretty cool with this stuff on. Really, you just kind of don't see all the errors in my normals, but yeah. So we can kind of see where this is, where this is going. Hopefully, get some cool shapes, and this combined with a good cross hashing shader, some good cell shading effects, and we're gonna nail this Mobius look and get some really cool architectural things going on. Now, again, this is a work in progress. I mean, this is with like 7 pieces, so it's just a start. But in the future, we're gonna get together like an actual wall kit and a doorway kit and the whole bit, and then so all the level designers and stuff can just have like a free reign on how they want to implement it. Now that we've got some cool tools going on, so yeah, all right.